Today, in this class, I am going to discuss syntax directed translation. As its name shows that there are three things: syntax directed translation. So then, the main purpose of syntax directed translation is to translate whatever the syntax directed by the previous phase. So the previous phase here is nothing but the semantic analysis, or you can say the parsing. So whatever the output comes from parsing, and the output is the parse tree, and we have to generate intermediate code, or you can say that we have to translate the parsing so that we can find the intermediate code. So syntax directed translation, uh, basic purpose, you can say that it gives the facility to translate the syntax and generate the intermediate code. Remember it that this phase only generate the intermediate code, and I have discussed that in intermediate code we can use as much as variables. So in syntax directed translation there are two things. First one is the syntax directed definition, that is also called SDD, and second one is the translation scheme. So we before generation of intermediate code, we should know that the syntax directed definition, as well as on which scheme we are going to translate the, or we are or whatever the scheme is, for that we are going to generate the intermediate code. So syntax directed definition is nothing but yeah, you can say the SDD is nothing but it is a high level specification for translation, and it hides many implementation detail, just as order of evaluation and such type things. Means that for example, C is equal to A plus B and D is equal to C plus E, then the evaluation of D will depend upon the evaluation of C, because C is used in this expression. So we should know before generation key where whatever the translation scheme and the order of evaluation. And for that we will decide the production rule. So there are two things involved in this. That first one is the order of evaluation, and the second is the procedure production rule. And in translation scheme, it is also depend upon the order of evaluation, whatever it's defined by syntax directed translation, and on which method or on which storage scheme we have to going to translate the syntax. Okay, so firstly I am going to detail in the syntax directed definition. So syntax directed definition is nothing but we have to define the syntax. Means we have a grammar like that: a to xy, then we have to find out that that particular grammar uh, is belonging to getting the value of xy, it's a type of the xy, or it is the conditional. As we know that there are three things in a processing bodies, that first one is the simple statement, second and a control statement. So if there is a if greater than a greater than b, then we have to mention that this grammar belongs to the true or false of the statements. Means if there are two things, either it is true or it is false. So or if there is a statement like this: is equal to a plus b, it means that we are going to find out the value of c. So we have to give the value of a and value of b. And the third one is that the type means that if a is the integer, b is the integer, so by default c will be integer. But if you have defined that specifically that c is uh, float or doubles, then the processing will be done on the type integer, but and the calculation is also in the form of integer, but it will stored like a double, as we have defined c as a double. Okay, so here we just defined two attributes for that. First one is the synthesize attributes and inherited attribute. Synthesize is nothing but it's a simple statement, just like that. C is equal to a plus b, d is equal to e plus f, g is equal to h plus k. So here we are seeing that all the expressions c, d, g are not dependent to anyone. So this type of attributes are called synthesized attributes. But attribute like that or expression like that, c is equal to a plus b and d is equal to c plus e, it means that it is not synthesized attribute, it is inherited attributes. Why it is inherited attributes? Because the value of d will be coming from the value of c. Okay, so the value of c is inherited from this statement. Okay, that this type of expression is called, or attribute is called, inherited attributes. So how for that, for syntax directed translation, what we do nothing but we just giving the type or giving the definition of the attributes. Means we have to give the definition of a, we have to give the definition of x, we have to give the definition of y according to the three things I have told you: type, true and value. There are three things on which we have to define all these attributes, or non-terminal you can say, or terminal, whatever, of the grammar. So I am going to tell you one example, and the definition is defined by semantic rule. Definition is defined by semantic rule. So semantic rule gives you an idea that it is a attribute of type, it is a definition of true, it is a definition of you can say value. For example, there is a grammar e to e plus t, or e to t, t to e, such type of things. There is a production. So semantic rule defined that what is the definition of the attribute. Okay, so its semantic rule will be like that: e to e plus t will be converted to e dot val to e dot val plus t dot val if it is giving the value of expression. If it is giving, it's a conditional statement, so it will be e2 to e dot true plus t dot true. If it is giving the type of the attributes, so it will be e dot type to e dot type plus t dot type. So it depends upon, it depends upon the whatever the translation scheme is that. Okay, whatever the definition is that. So take an example. There is a production rule: e plus t, e to e minus t, e to t, t to E and T to ID and T to digit. ठीक है. Then the this is the grammar which is comes from the parsing, means that it is a valid, it is a semantically correct and syntactically correct, and we have to translate that particular, or we have to generate the intermediate code, but we should know that what type of definition it has. So if we are going to find out the value of this expression, so it will be e dot val to e dot val plus t dot val. This will be e dot val to e dot val minus t dot val, and this will be e dot val to t dot val, and this will be t dot val to e dot val, and this will be t dot val is equal to id is nothing but a lexical value. Okay, and t dot val is equal to also a lexical value. So this will be the semantic rule, or you can say that it's a syntax directed definition. So the syntax directed definition of this particular grammar will be this, or you can say that it is a semantic rule for that. So you can take any example for that, so that you can create or define any syntax directed tree, syntax directed definition. Okay, let me take one example more. There is a grammar like that: e to e plus e, e to e into e, e to id. So but in this grammar, if we want to find out the type of the expression, so it will be e dot type to e dot type plus e dot type, and this will be e dot type to e dot type plus into e dot type, and e dot type is equal to lexical. So by this we can generate any semantic rule, or we can define syntax directed definition. Okay, so basically the syntax directed definition have one thing common, is that we have to find out the annotated parse tree for before generation of any uh, any intermediate code. We have to find out the annotated parse tree. So for finding the annotated parse tree, you can say that it is the example, or it is the application of the syntax directed translation. So we have to find the annotated parse tree. So annotated parse tree is nothing but it is the extension of the annotated parse tree. It is nothing but extension of parse tree. So for example, we have a grammar like that: e to e plus t, e to t, t to t asterisk f, t to f, t to e, and f to digit. So and we have to generate the annotated parse tree for 3 asterisk 5 plus 4. We have to find out the value, you can say that, or you can there are two type of question there. You have to find out the value of this expression using SDD या syntax directed translation or syntax directed or semantic rule, or you can say that, or it is asked that find out the या generate the annotated parse tree for this expression using this grammar. So firstly, what we have to do, we have to do uh, the semantic, we have to find out the semantic rule. So it will be like that: e dot val is equal to e dot val plus t. Why we are taking the val? Because in this question we have to find out the value of expression, this expression. So in syntax directed definition we have to find out the we will generate like e dot val. Okay, so it's a very simple things. It is e dot val to t dot val, t dot val to t dot val asterisk f dot val. We have discussed this, so I am not going to write all these things. So as I have given you that you have to find out the annotated parse tree. So annotated parse tree is nothing but it's an extension of the parse tree. So firstly what we have to do, we have to find out the parse tree. So the parse tree for the expression will be e to e plus t, then e to ये हो जाएगा e to ये हो जाएगा t. Okay, e to t, then this will be, as the expression is 3 asterisk 5, as the expression is 3 asterisk 5, so it will be t to t asterisk f. Okay, then what we have to find, we have to put the value. So t to f, then f to digit, and this f will be directly to digit. Now here what we have to do, plus 4, so t to f and f to digit. So this will be the parse tree for that. Okay, so what for generation of annotated parse tree we have to do nothing. We have to find out the we have to generate the parse tree for that, and we have generated the parse tree. You have to do nothing. What we have to do is that we have the syntax directed definition in the form of e dot val or that. So where the non terminals come, it will be e dot val. But what we have to write in the parse tree, all the terminals will be e dot val, f dot val, this will be dot val, digit will be lex val, and it is also lex val, and it is also lex val. Okay, it will become annotated. It is like it is the parse tree in which we have write the value. If the problem asks about the type or asks about the conditional statement, so what we have to put, we have to put true in this thing. So now what is the statement? Is that statement is 3 cross 5 plus 5. We have to generate the annotated parse tree, or you can say that we have to find out the value of this expression. So what we have to do, it will become 3, so this value pass to f dot val 3. Here also it will pass through 3. Here 3 cross 5, there is a statement 3 cross 5, so this have 5. Now this value pass to f dot val 3, and this is the multiply 3 cross 5, it will become 15. This value will pass through to this e dot val. Now here it is 4, this value pass through to this 4, this is also 4. Now 15 plus 4 is equal to 15, 19. So this is the annotated pass tree. So it is very important topic, and in every year there is a question comes to find out the to generate the annotated pass. It's very important, so prepare it for that. So क्वेश्चन इस तरह से भी आ सकते हैं कि फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ द एक्सप्रेशन और फाइंड आउट द और जनरेट द annotated pass tree. So what we have to do, there is a grammar given, there is a expression given. What we have to do, firstly we have to find out the syntax directed definition using the semantic rule, as we have to find out the value. So we will put val. After that we will create the pass tree. Directly we have to create the pass tree. After generating the pass tree, after drawing the pass tree, what we have to write, in every node there is a single e. So what we have to, the e will be placed by e dot val, this e will be placed by e dot val, t will be placed by t dot val, and so on. And when we place all values, then we will write the lexical value, and this value pass through the above steps, and we will find out the value. So now we by using this method we can generate annotated pass tree. So इसको अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिए, ये बहुत आता है. तो नेक्स्ट जो हम टॉपिक बताएंगे वो आपको बताएंगे इंटरमीडिएट कोड जनरेशन या 3 एड्रेस कोड जनरेशन. ठीक है, तो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पे हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे फिर. ओके.